Welcome to Land Academy. I'm Jack Butala.
I'm Jill DeWit.
We show you how to buy real estate for half of what it's worth.
And sell it on the internet really fast.
We are Jack and Jill,
and this is the Jack and Jill Show too.
With over 15,000 completed transactions, we're the experts at acquiring property.
Of all kinds, not just land.
For half price and flipping them for way more.
All right, let's get this show started.
Jack Butala with Jill DeWit.
Hey there.
Welcome to our show today. In this episode, Jill and I talk about how to stay on task. At work, that is. Not just do the fun tasks, not just horse around and do fun stuff on the internet. The show's near and dear to my heart because...
Yes, it is.
This whole podcast is rooted in work avoidance. Before we get into that, though, let's take a question posted by one of our members on the landinvestors.com online community. It's free.
Okay. Amy asks, hi, I'm new. I keep hearing about the training videos, but I can't find them. Having very difficult time navigating to them. I finally assume that you must have to pay for them. It's hilarious. Hold on. But on the membership matrix, it shows them as part of the green package. Oh, and we have a link here. Can anyone enlighten me? Thanks much.
I can enlighten you, sure.
What's cute is Amy's in our world.
She is now.
Oh.
I bet this question happened before that.
Maybe.
There's training videos on YouTube, a ton of them actually, and where we link professional training videos about data and mail merges and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Specific tasks.
And then when you get serious about it, this whole design, Jill and I designed this so that we don't want you to buy into this thing unless you know you want to do it.
Right.
So we provide a ridiculous amount of free stuff.
Get your feet wet, test it.
To see.
Yeah.
See if you like data, see if you don't like it, see if you like real estate, see if you understand it.
Talk to some sellers, see if you can do that.
Talk to the people who are already in the group at landinvestors.com, which is a whole community, like it says in the intro,
right,
of people who are succeeding at this, and a couple of people who are not, and see which one you're going to be before you even spend $1 one. That's the whole point of this. It's a good question. We do have a lot. I mean, the vast majority of their content's free, but the stuff that you have to pay for, which, by the way, Jill reminds me, every other day, is priced at about 1/10 of everybody else's.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Oh, man.
It's very...
I think it's probably less than 1/10, but...
Of what everybody else charges. So that's not why we're here. We're not here to make hordes of money doing this.
And upsell you and do all that. That drives me
We
crazy.
are here, however, to keep the lights on.
We do that. Need to do that. And food on the table.
If you have a question or you want to be on the show, reach out to either one of us on landinvestors.com. Today's topic... how to stay on task with what you're doing, i.e. buy real estate and sell it for more, not just do the fun stuff that's all plastered all over the internet.
I want to test
That's the meat of the show.
This would be good to even stay on topic.
Like today.
Exactly.
Like right now.
Like right now.
Like test the ADD.
I'm ready to, test, ready to go.
Is this going to be about my other brother, Daryl again?
Jack, how do you stay on task?
So it depends. You know what I do? The best way for me to stay on task is to get out of the office and go to a place with a computer and really do what I'm supposed to do. For example, it took us 6 months to produce the education package, Cash Flow from Land, and I had to do that by myself when you weren't on the screen, by myself in an office that was all dark and stuff for quite some time. That's my secret. And I turn the phone off and everything. What do you do?
You get pulled out of stuff. This is good. This is good to share. This is actually, you just came up with an inspirational topic. You do realize that.
Don't talk to anyone?
No, no. The whole topic is inspirational.
That inspires me.
This is not.
Hey, Jack, you don't have to talk to anybody today. You know what? If someone said that to me, I would get all kinds of stuff done.
I know. I'm sure. So this is inspirational, I think, and this is really, really good. Okay, how to stay on task, not just do the fun stuff, or i.e. stay focused is really what it is. And so for every person, you got to figure out what is it for you. Some people can dive into a project, get pulled out for a few minutes with side stuff, and they can dive back in. Some people can't do that. Some people it's very difficult. So I think, Jack, we're both very different on that.
Yeah, we are.
And so
we're good partners that way.
We are. I'm okay. I can get pulled out and get pulled back in, which I don't think is I don't know if it's common or not. I haven't decided. I don't know which is more common, but anyway, I'm okay getting pulled out, and then I can jump back in, and I will tell people. They'll go, "Can I ask you a question?" And I'll hold up a finger. I'm like, "Wait, stopping point coming." Okay, now I'll have to finish my little thought, write myself a little note, and then so I know where I left off, and then I go, "Okay, now I'm all yours," and it'll just take me a few seconds, and then I can get pulled out, and then I can come back and get myself back in.
I mean, I think what's really important about what you're saying is that just know what you are.
That's where I'm going with this.
And don't fight it.
That's where I'm going with this.
If you're not a person who, I needed like hours by myself to really, really seriously get stuff done. And then socialize or whatever in the office, because there's a lot of horse around that goes on in the office. Any office. That's who I am. I think you can go back and forth much more easily than I can.
And that's okay. But that's like we just said. So how to stay on, first you got to figure out which kind of person you are. So I'm okay. I have to have a stopping point. I can jump back in. And I can do a couple things at the same time.
So if you outline what's going to make you successful buying and selling real estate, you literally an outline, like Roman numeral 1, located area that you want to send letters, Roman numeral 2. So with check boxes, I mean, it's like a pilot checklist. You don't go down the checklist and you don't, it's so easy the way the internet is to do a Google search to research some stuff and just get sidetracked immediately with stuff that's more fun or more interesting and on and on and on. So I read quite some time ago on the advice of one of my professional friends, an article in Fast Company magazine, and it said, the number one reason companies fail is that the owners are working on the wrong stuff.
I understand that.
I do too.
Exactly.
And I when I looked at the title, I'm like, oh, well, I know the answer to that. And here's it's this. They don't have the right funding. They don't have the right partners. They don't know how to get customers. But in the end, that article was completely right. They're just not working on the right stuff.
Exactly. Well, I'm gonna can I
Heck yes.
cover this more? Okay.
Can you save this episode?
I'm trying to, but you keep pulling me off and getting off task talking about fun stuff like Fast Company. Perfect example.
This whole
Jill is on the
podcast.
topic. Jack's over here. Welcome to my world.
I don't think Jack's actually walking on the floor. I think he's up near the
goodness.
ceiling.
Oh my goodness. Man, this would be hilarious. We keep talking about doing this, and someday we are going to do this where we're going to have someone follow us around, even just to spend the day in the life of us. If you saw what went on in our day-to-day operation and all the things that we have our hands in, it's pretty amazing, awesome, scary, nutty. I don't know how to describe it. There's a lot going on. So this is my thing too. So let me back up. This whole business has a lot of moving parts. And you can get overwhelmed. So I think that's what Jack was saying about have a checklist. And that's very true. So make it not so hard for yourself and divide up all the different things that you need to do. Then know what kind of person you are before or after, somewhere in there. You're going to know what kind of person you are and how you're going to best stay on task. You might be the person that when the kids are all in bed and the house is quiet, because you have headphones on and shut out the world, or you're not going to get anything done. Then know that you're that kind of a person and account for that. You might be the kind of person that can do this right now while your wife's cooking dinner and your kids are doing the homework and you're sitting at the kitchen table also with your laptop open researching properties. Whatever it is, that's okay. So I guess really that's the whole point, is you just need to figure out what kind of person you are, how to stay on task, figure out what kind of person you are, and do that.
It's the same thing that made you successful or not successful in school, in high school.
True.
Or college or whatever. So it's the same process. You have to learn some stuff, get some good educational material. Hopefully you have some good teachers, and not just us. There's a lot of sources that get good information for what you're working on. And then study it and try it and fail at it and try it and fail at it and try it and fail at it until you know what you're doing.
I want to add something though here. Here's a cool thing about our business. So you're focused, you're staying on task, you're doing what you're doing, but a light bulb goes off on something that really interests you. Maybe it's another property type. Maybe it's a product. Maybe it's a way to market that no one's ever considered. I don't know. I'm not saying squash that, because that's fun and it really interests you. Write this down and save that and circle back around to it.
Well said.
Because in our business, this is one of the things I love. I always tell people, you know what, just start off slow. Something will come to you and sing to you. You might find yourself not being the acquisition person, but you might be the person that comes up with all the money guys. You might be the guy that you're the number one person at reaching out to other investors, and you know how to find them and bring them in. So maybe that's going to be your forte.
Get the clients.
Exactly. And then you're going to align yourself with someone who's good at the other things. So this is really good stuff. So while you're staying on task and learning your business and building your business and all that good stuff, don't ignore these things altogether, because there's good stuff there.
In a lot of ways, Joe, we're in the education business, and we've talked about this before. And our education system in this country cracks me up, because what it does is reward you for getting an A in everything, which is silly.
Right.
What's supposed to happen is this. You're right about middle school / early high school. You're going to find that you have a tremendous proficiency in one or two of the three core education channels, like math or writing / English or art.
Maybe it's a sport.
Right. So then what should theoretically happen is, let's say it's math, or maybe it's a sport. Good. Let's say it's math. For me, it's math. Let's channel this guy into math because he's great at it. And a C is probably acceptable in English and in some of this other stuff, but gosh, this guy's killing it.
Quit beating him up over this one. He's great at this one. There's nothing wrong with that.
The guy's 3 grades ahead in math. Let's reward him.
Exactly. He can't spell. Who
So
cares?
instead, what we do is we cram everybody through in one channel and expect everyone to get straight A's and everything, which is the silliest thing.
It's ridiculous.
It is. It's silly.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, why is that? That makes me mad now.
Here's why.
You just started something. Hold on a moment. Hold on a moment. I got to say something. Why do we reward? This is kind of not fair.
I love when you get mad like this.
So instead of rewarding the overall, GPA person of a 4.916, come on, what about the guy that has a equivalent of a 5.0 in math, but his English stinks? So what? He can't write, but he can. He's a whiz on computer. I don't
agree.
know. I think that kind of makes me mad.
This is the reason Bill Gates dropped out of college, Zuckerberg dropped out of college, because they see the light in how stupid
some of this stuff is.
This basic re-education, basic stuff is. I'm not saying drop out of college. I'm just saying, or maybe I am.
You heard it here.
You ever heard Mark Cuban talk about this?
No, I haven't.
Oh my gosh.
What does he say? Did he finish?
He gets irate about this topic.
Really?
I don't know if he finished or not, but he gets irate. I mean, you should actually look it up. You should, when you're
is it like a YouTube
when
video?
You're not working on the
here
crap.
we go. Here we go. Jack's already
Drop
off
what you're
topic.
doing, no matter how much-
this
how
show
important-
Stay on Task. We're talking about Mark Cuban and his college concept.
Well, Mark Cuban says, drop what you're doing. Essentially, file, financial and mental bankruptcy. Go live in a house with 92 other people. Spend 12 cents a month on rent. Which, by the way, he's right.
Right.
All right, I'm not going to exaggerate. Go live in a house somewhere with 5 or 6 other people that are your like-kind people.
Right.
It's going to cost you now $100 a month.
Right.
And work on the stuff that you want to work on, whatever it is. Do not go to your job anymore. Do not stay in a bad marriage. Do not.
Well, you got to pay the bills.
Yeah. So he said, go live in a house somewhere with 5 other people where you divide by 5 or divide by 8.
Yeah.
I don't care if there's 6 people living in a room.
Right.
Am I advocating that? Not really, but some version of it. I mean, I think all of us in some way can look back and say, boy, if I did that when I was 22 instead of fill in the blank, get married, have kids, work at a stupid job for 10 years.
Exactly.
Some version of that. Mm-hmm. And he's right.
I hear
Talk about getting sidetracked.
Oh, my goodness.
This is exactly what this topic's about.
This is exactly what not to do. Jack, now everyone can see. Now I hope everyone's going, wow, it really is amazing that they got this far.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're saying.
Thank God for Jill.
Are you? Oh my. Jill. When I started dating Jill, I had a boat captain.
Oh no, you had a boat. Yeah, you lost it all. When I met Jill, I was up here. Wow, I fell far.
My boat captain at the time, I said, Captain, I met this girl, and I think she's the voice of reason in this relationship. And he looked at me and said, oh my God.
You think you're the voice of reason.
Yeah.
That's what you
that's
meant,
what I meant.
yeah.
I said, I'm the voice of reason. And he said,
that's bad.
We're doomed.
That's true. That used to be your opening line. Like, yeah, this is my friend Jill, and believe it or not, I'm the voice of reason in this relationship. And they looked at us like, oh, no, this is awful.
End up in a gutter
So you guys are going to be like partying every night. Nothing gets done. Pretty much.
I feel like saying what the car talk guy is just saying, well, you've done it again. You've wasted another 15 minutes of your life listening to the Jack Jill show.
Is that what they say?
Yeah.
Oh, that should be our new closing.
We can't be because it's their closing.
That's okay.
Let's think of something. Look at how sidetracked we are.
I don't think they'll sue us. One of us won't. Or one of them won't. We know that.
Join us in another episode where Jack and Jill discuss how to use information that's me
and inspiration and trying to stay on topic that's me.
to get just about anything you want.
We use it every day to buy property for half of what it's worth and sell it immediately.
You are not alone in your real estate ambition. I broke a sweat again laughing.
I like the car talk, guys, and I'm sorry the brother passed. So the other brother's doing nothing. He's just like retired.
We don't know.
Were they like 70?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I think it was okay.
Maybe even 80 now.
Oh, okay.
Information and inspiration to buy undervalued property.
We are Jack and Jill, and this was the Cash Flow from Land Show.
We are the experts at acquiring property
Of all kinds, not just land.
for half price just so we can flip it for way more.
And really fast. Thanks for listening.
You are not alone in your real estate ambition.